I decided to run. My journey wasn't easy. I left my homeland, my home village, and had to travel to another village during the war outbreaks, during insecurities. And on my way coming to Uganda, I was kidnapped. I was kidnapped. That was in 2015. Kidnapped and forced to be in the military. February, I came to the refugee camp. After being helped by a friend, a passenger, who said, in your situation, there's a place where people like you are always welcomed. And when I started teaching English, I got some money. I rent a house, and I was like finally independent. And I took some people with me from the street. Had 5 more people who I lived with, and we're like staying in the same house now. And I could train them English. Some of them, after learning how to speak English, started applying to other jobs. Some of them are interpreters. Others are working with other groups. And while teaching, I taught more than 150 people. So there's an organization called Hello World. It's an organization that brings or gives access to technology tools and educational tools for digital education to the most marginalized communities. And being a refugee and having been here a long time, I exactly know the high demand of access to education in the refugee camp. So with Hello World, we are trying our level best to bring education close to the community through technology tools and internet, of course. And so my work is community support. I support the community. I train communities in life skills and computer literacy, of course, so that they may also be able to use and be able to use computers, be aware of the technology so that they can access education. As a refugee is a completely new life to any other kind of life outside there. In my community or in the camp I'm living in a camp which is a home to more than 115,000 people. Life is difficult, very difficult. Very worse is that is integration of community, the interrelationships of communities. That's one part, speaking on a community perspective. The other struggle is survival. There's no abundance. There's no food. There's no assistance that is very tangible or worth demanding. I grew up in a country with no love, and my dream is restoring my country, bringing love and peace back in Africa, starting from my own country. So being in the refugee camp, I also have this, to me, it feels like it's a burning desire. I said, my dream, I'm going to be a catalyst. I'm going to be a social transformer. I'm going to be driving continental transformations, starting from my African continent and, of course, my home country. Well, I just want them to know that we exist. And not as refugees, but also as human beings. I hate how I am labeled as refugee and vulnerable, good for nothing. That is why I want to prove, not only to the world, I'm not competing against anyone, but I want to prove myself that I can be able to do it. I can be able to be a leader. I can be able to drive transformations across continents and across countries in Africa.